Listen. This is the Taklamakan Desert in Xinjiang. The sound comes from a 1,000 meter deep borehole. It sounds like a train whizzing by. It also sounds like a beating heart. This is the call of the earth. Recently, everyone has seen this news. Located in Xinjiang, the world's second deepest vertical well in the Taklamakan Desert, the Deep Earth Taklamakan Well 1 has been completed. It reaches a depth of 10,910 meters. Scientists converted seismic waves from thousands of meters underground into ethereal and regular low-frequency pulses. This can't help but remind me of the Soviet Kola Superdeep borehole. SG3 reached a vertical depth of 12,262 meters. The internet also circulated a sound. Some said it was the sound of thousands of people crying, heard from the bottom of the well when drilling to 12,000 kilometers. During the Cold War, the Soviet race to drill into the Earth was like the space race. These drilling feats spanning time and space state a truth. Human understanding of the world beneath our feet is far more vague than the stars above our heads. This episode, let's talk about the mysterious Continental drilling project. Have you ever thought that humans cannot penetrate the Earth at all? How do we know the internal structure of the Earth? This seemingly C5 feat actually originates from catastrophic earthquakes. That's right, earthquakes, when the Earth cracks and splits. Three types of shock waves: longitudinal, shear, and surface waves, carrying underground secrets. They surge out. Longitudinal waves travel fastest inside the Earth. They can penetrate solids, liquids, and even gases. Shear waves are slower, only about 60-70 of longitudinal wave speed. They can only propagate through solids. Surface waves are the most dangerous slow travelers. The destructive power of earthquakes mainly comes from them. In 1909, Croatian geologist Andrija Mohorović, based on the jump in longitudinal wave velocity in the crust, defined the boundary between the crust and the mantle, known as the Mohorović discontinuity MOHO. Estimated continental crust thickness about 30-50 kilometers, and oceanic crust about 5-10 kilometers. In 1914, Beno Gutenberg accurately measured the mantle core boundary depth using global earthquake data. It was 2,900 kilometers, known as Gutenberg discontinuity. In 1936, Danish female scientist Inge Lehmann from longitudinal wave shadow zone anomalies found ironclad evidence of Earth's solid inner core. In 1940, Jeffries and Bullen established the Earth's layered model. Subsequently, an even more acute question arose. If the crust is just a thin shell floating on the mantle, why do continents tear apart and drift? This question brings us back to 1912, that revolutionary moment. German Alfred Wegener proposed the theory of continental drift. Its core idea: in ancient times, the Earth was just one continent. About 250 million years ago, the continents began to drift. He found some evidence, such as the fit of continental outlines, geological structure continuity, and similar biological fossils. But because he studied meteorology and was not a professional geologist, there were flaws in the driving mechanism of continental drift. This hypothesis was neglected for decades, but it planted a seed of curiosity. Geologists realized to verify the hypothesis, scientific drilling into the deep Earth was necessary. The so-called scientific drilling is to set a point on the Earth, drill a hole and go deep, penetrate the Earth. Rocks are the evidence. Decode the Earth. Earliest technology traced to Northern Song Dynasty. Workers in Zhejiang, Sichuan used percussion, shield drilling technology to drill wells. Using this method, wells could reach 1,000 meters. In 1859, Colonel Drake in Pennsylvania drilled the first industrial oil well, 21.69 meters deep, opening the crude era of gushers and success. With the mud circulation system and the invention of the Tricone drill bit, the framework of rotary drilling technology took shape. In the 1920s, invention of barite mud to control blowouts. In the 1930s and 42nd, the US and the Soviet Union developed turbo drills and measurement while drilling technology, diamond drill bits and high-temperature alloys, further made deep earth drilling possible. Modern drilling typically involves geological site selection, using a drill bit to break, crush rock layers, and mud circulation to cool the bit, carry away debris, and support the borehole. Core samples are extracted using a core barrel, and the core samples are analyzed in the lab. The time came to 1957. The US and USSR competed for air supremacy. The race to drill into Earth was fierce. The US launched Project Borehole first. Its goal: drill through the Moho discontinuity to reach the mantle crust boundary, oceanic crust being thinner than continental. Drilling through oceanic crust seemed easier. In 1961, first deep-sea drilling achieved in the Eastern Pacific. Due to technical difficulty and high cost, the project was terminated in 1966. In 1968, the deep-sea drilling project restarted, completing 96 cruises over 15 years, 624 drilling sites, and 1,092 deep-sea holes. Pacific basalt samples showed that away from the mid-ocean ridge, the age of the ocean floor crust increases regularly. Since 80 million years ago, the seafloor has been spreading uniformly, growing continuously like tree rings. Mantle convection is like a giant conveyor belt, pushing new oceanic crust at 2 cm or year. Continents, however, are just passengers on this mantle train. More surprisingly, Indian ocean floor records show 65 million years ago, Indian plate moved north at 10 cm or year, 4,500 kilometers, eventually colliding to form the Himalayas. When drilling data restored the epoch of plate movement. In 1930, Wegener, frozen in a Greenland blizzard, finally became a prophet in science. Continental crust is much older than oceanic crust. The subsurface of continents holds more secrets. In the 1970s, the USSR launched a massive scientific drilling program, drilling over 20 superdeep wells 7-12 km. The most famous, the Kola Superdeep borehole, in May 1970. On the permafrost of the Kola Peninsula, the derrick of SG-3 was erected, planned to drill to 15,000 kilometers. At 7 kilometers, drilling went smoothly. After hard granite, the bit entered soft schist and hard gneiss. Amphibolite layer closed tightly and collapsed. The drill pipe got stuck. Accidents happened often. This fight with the crust lasted 19 years. Finally reaching 12,262 meters in 1989, setting a world record, but became a ruin after the Soviet collapse. This telescope to hell glimpsed wonders that overturned perceptions. No basalt layer at 7 kilometers. 2 billion-year-old microbes slept soundly. Gold veins at 9,500 meters appeared like ghosts when the Kola borehole froze heroically. Deep Earth exploration evolved towards precision. In 1987, Germany launched the KTB Continental Deep Drilling Program, its dual-hole model of pilot and main hole. Overturned the Soviet Great Effort approach. The pilot hole was not just a 4-kilometer, full-core geological scanner, but also a geological navigator for the main hole, guiding it to avoid traps, paving the way to the deep target area. Despite the main hole's 9,101-meter depth, only 74% of the Kola Superdeep borehole, but KTB had an advanced monitoring system, This underground observatory first captured stress pulses from plate compression, tracking deep fluid permeation in the crust, and fractures, even predicting formation fractures when KTB reshaped. Deep Earth research value as an observatory. A grand scientific awakening was brewing. In 1996, China, Germany, and the US jointly launched the International Continental Scientific Drilling Program (ICP), gathering wisdom from 22 countries. 167 drilling projects covering Earth's important tectonic zones. At the San Andreas Fault in the US, detected inside the fault zone, fluid-filled fracture zones exist. Fluid movement lubricates the fault, weakening its strength, increasing earthquake frequency. In Chicxulub, Mexico, the Chicxulub crater drill bit penetrated 65 million-year-old strata using an iridium anomaly, and shocked quartz layer revealed an asteroid. Ended the reign of dinosaurs. Iceland deep drilling. Carbon in a hellish furnace extracted supercritical fluids from volcanic crust, revealing new energy secrets. China's scientific drilling program began in the 1960s. Geological titan Xi Zhirong pointed out, geological research should extend deep. After 30 years of technical growth, in 2007, Donghae County, Jiangsu, completed Asia's first 5,158-meter well. This golden spike, marking the national standard, pushed China's deep research into the international arena. After this, implemented Qinghai Lake, Wenchuan earthquake fault zone drilling. But what truly made the world notice was the Sangliao Basin, Cretaceous dinosaur-era climate research. In 2018, Song-2 well hit Cretaceous strata. Complete core sampling captured the last whale before dinosaur demise. Chinese scientists discovered the Cretaceous, an iridium anomaly at the KPG boundary, an iridium isotope anomaly, precisely synchronized with Deccan traps. Biomass decline, perfectly overlapping with volcanic activity, overturning the asteroid extinction theory, revealing the fifth mass extinction was a volcanic eruption and a death duet of meteorite impact. When Sangliao Basin's climate rings unraveled the Cretaceous mystery, the Taklamakan's drill bit is piercing Cenozoic strata, knocking on cold weaponry's door in the Sea of Death. China's deep drilling had a historic breakthrough. Located in the Taklamakan Desert hinterland, Deep Earth Taklamakan, Well 1 broke the Asian record with 10,910 meters. Its 279-day speed to 10,000 meters shortened the Kola borehole time by 20 times. First time at 10,000 meters, Cambrian reservoir 540 million years ago discovered. Those Earth heartbeats from 10,000 meters deep will be inscribed on human destiny's scroll, marking civilization's leap to a higher dimension. Conquering Earth's deepest part isn't about proving who can drill deeper, but to better understand the world beneath our feet when looking at the stars. The final Easter egg. Take everyone to appreciate rock-thin sections from a 1,000 meter underground structure. They tell the story of 540 million years ago.